You ever hear people say, go find your real dad like it's some kind of side quest? Let me save you the pain. If your dad left at birth, don't search for him. He probably left for a reason. And if he didn't come looking for you after 18 years, he's not looking. I know that hurts, but trust me, it'll hurt even more if you go looking and find out the truth was worse than the lie you told yourself. I made that mistake. I thought maybe he was out there. Maybe he had a reason. Maybe I was the missing piece. But the truth, he wasn't missing. I was just a chapter he never wanted to read. And when I finally reached out, when I finally found the man who was supposed to care, he left again? That's when I realized. The universe removes people for a reason. The day my world shattered, I wasn't told about him until I was 19 years old. For 19 years, I thought I knew who I was. Then one day, my mom sat me down and told me the truth. The man I thought was my biological father, the man who raised me, who beat me, who made my life hell, wasn't my father. My real father. He was gone before I was even born. The moment those words left her mouth, everything I thought I knew about my life crumbled. I felt everything at once. Shock, confusion, anger, betrayal. The pain of my childhood suddenly felt even more meaningless because now, it wasn't even done by someone who was supposed to be my blood. I was sitting there, questioning my entire existence. And then, reality punched me in the face again. The moment I realized big companies don't care about you. I was working a minimum wage job at the time. The kind of job where they call you family but would replace you in a second. I was mentally wrecked. I needed time to process what had just happened. At the time, I was staying with my girlfriend, but her family was going on vacation for a week. That meant I would be completely alone in a silent, empty house. So I went to my manager and told them everything. That my entire world just flipped upside down. That I was in extreme pain. That I just needed 1 week off. No holiday rush. No big event. Just a reasonable, human request. And you know what they told me? Sorry, we need you. We can't give you time off. That was the moment I realized how little I mattered to them. So I quit. And guess what? My coworker told me afterward that everything worked out just fine without me. They didn't need me. They just didn't care. Years later, I finally found him, and at first, it was perfect. He was just like me. Same interests. Same favorite childhood hero. When I was a kid, I loved Batman. Turns out, he loved Batman as well. He liked TMNT, too. His favorite turtle, Mikey. Of course, the funny one, the caring one, the one who makes everyone smile. He gave me gifts, a lot of them, and at first, it felt nice. But part of me stayed skeptical, because love isn't something you can buy. And looking back now, I wonder, were those gifts for me? Or were they a way to manipulate me? But the thing that really got me, the first thing he ever said to me, one of the very first things out of his mouth, was, "I'm proud of you." I spent my whole life breaking myself, trying to get my stepfather to say those words. I tried to be stronger. I tried to be better. I tried to be worthy. And here they were. So effortless. From the man who never even raised me. It was almost funny. For a while, I let myself believe. For a while, I thought maybe, just maybe, I had finally gotten what I always wanted. For a year, I lived in that delusion. Then, like always, reality came crashing down. The last thing he ever said to me, life fell apart again. My 6-year relationship ended. The home I built was gone. The 2 pets I raised, gone. And at the same time, my father was going through a divorce. I thought, this is it. We'll be there for each other. We'll relate to each other. We'll grow stronger together. I was wrong. One day, we were talking and I opened up. I told him about the pain. How it always felt like life was against me. How it always felt like no matter how hard I tried, I was destined to struggle. I told him how his absence affected me. How I never even had a chance. And you know what he said? Have a good life. That was it. That was the last thing he ever said to me. No explanation. No emotion. No goodbye. Just those 4 words. And in that moment, I realized I had spent my whole life waiting for someone who was never coming. It was over. And somehow, that was the most freeing thing of all. Because I finally understood. The universe removes people for a reason. If someone wanted to be in your life, they'd be in it. If they cared, they wouldn't have waited for you to come knocking. So don't waste years looking for ghosts. Don't break yourself searching for someone who was never searching for you. Be your own dad. You don't need him. You never did. You don't have fatherless behavior. You raised yourself. You were your own dad. You taught yourself how to survive. You taught yourself how to get back up after life knocked you down. You became everything you needed to be because no one else was gonna do it for you. And you know what? You're still here. You made it. So be proud of that. And I want you to know something. I'm proud of you. Because you're still here. Still fighting. Still surviving. And that's why I know no matter what you've been through, no matter how bad it's gotten, you're gonna be okay too. Keep going. You got this.